only sports boat, Mike Francesa.
This is a desperate move by a desperate guy who is clinging. And the fact that John Mara has not separated himself from this fool is hard to believe.
Wow.
Since he's been the head coach, the Giants have never scored 30 points ever.
He's right.
We haven't seen anything except I got to go look at the tape from this guy all year. You got to be kidding me. You can't run this clown out of town fast enough. The worst thing that ever happened is Eli Manning had to be associated with you as head coach.
Oh, my goodness.
With the career he's had here.
Oh. Woo. Big Mike,
maybe on your way out, you can take a look at Eli's rings. That's the closest you're ever going to get to one, too.
Oh, God.
With actions like this, you're going to try and tell us that Geno Smith is the answer? You're playing guys who drop every ball in sight? You haven't disciplined a damn player all year, and you're going to blame this now on your quarterback? At 2-9? What a gutless move. He hasn't played great this year because he can't operate with no wide receivers and no offensive line and no running game. Who the hell can? I'm to believe that Jerry Reese stamped this, John Mara stamped this, the Tisch family stamped this. This is what you guys all decided to do to Eli Manning in game number 12 of this disgusting season? Shame on all of you. Release him today. Have the guts. Put your money where your mouth is that he's so washed up that your 2-9 team he can't start for, that nobody in this league would want him. What are you worried about? He can't play for this 2-9 bunch of bums you put on the field every week. He's not good enough to play for your 2-9 Giants. He only led you to 2 Super Bowls against the New England Patriots. With my game plan, Geno Smith gives us the best chance to win. You said that with a straight face. That's what Giant fans want to do. They want to put their head on their pillow and think about 2018 with Geno Smith.
And this is him wrapping it up.
Shame on the Giants.
This about sums it up.
The Giants today took a 2-9 season. And you know what? Their biggest loss was off the field. Because today, they lost their class.
He's right. He's right. And it's funny. Is Eli Manning the best quarterback? No. And should Eli Manning be blamed for this 2-9 season? I have highly thought of Eli Manning as a little bit of overrated. However, he had really no offensive line coming into this season. The line's banged up, and all of his wide receivers are out. He's got no playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. The Giants have none. So to pin this 2-9 season on Eli Manning is just ludicrous. But I think what people, and even the people that think Eli is a little bit overrated, you're benching him for Geno Smith. And I think it's the way that this all happened. Number one, McAdoo comes out in the press conference, and Francesa's right. He says it with a straight face that Geno's the answer. With a game plan, they can win with Geno. Really? Really? Do I think Eli is overrated? Yeah. But he's won 2 Super Bowls in this town. Lucky or not, and we can debate all day if he was lucky or not. The bottom line is, you look at the record books, Eli has 2 rings. Geno Smith has nothing. I had to think about it for a second. Does the guy have anything? Does the guy have something? No, he has nothing. His claim to fame, 2 claims to fame, are he fell asleep at a movie and missed a team meeting and got punched in the face by one of his players. and his team went on to win 10 games without him. That's Geno Smith's claim to fame. Those are his 2 claim to fames. So you're essentially what you're doing is you're benching a quarterback that has started 210 consecutive games for you. He has 2 Super Bowl titles to his credit. And you're benching him for a guy who was on the other team in New York and missed a team meeting because he fell asleep at a freaking movie theater and he got punched in the face by his teammate. And his team went on to win 10 games that year. That's the guy you're benching Eli Manning for? Now, the people that are making a huge deal about the record, he wasn't catching Favre anyway. Favre had 297 consecutive games played. Eli had 210. He had to essentially go another 5 years. And I don't think Eli's going to go 5 years. Maybe not. But Favre was a glutton for punishment. No one's Brett Favre. Hate to pull a John Manning, Brett Favre, but it would have been tough. Really tough. So I would kind of not go crazy with that and make a big deal about the streak. But it's the way that it happened. I think it's a combination of who they're sitting him for. New York knows who Geno Smith is. He's a loser. He's a bum in this city. He's a bum. And we could say that Eli was lucky and Eli take away the 2 Super Bowl titles and he's not really a good quarterback or whatever you want to call him. He's not a bum. Smith is a bum. And another thing, you're going to sit there and you're going to tell Eli, well, you can start the game to keep your consecutive streak alive, but we're going to take you out and put in Geno. You know what a fucking slap in the face that is? So tell me, if they're going to bench Manning for the rest of the year, were they going to do this the whole year just to keep his streak alive? Was that their game plan? Okay, Eli, we're going to play you the rest of the year. We're going to play you for, say, the first quarter or the first half. Then we're going to take you out for Geno. And we're going to do that the rest of the year. We want to see what Geno has. You already know what Geno has. Nothing. He has nothing. He's a freaking interception machine. The fans of the green and white team in New York saw it. And they had enough of him. Now he's going to be throwing picks in blue. So the way, who they're benching him for and the way that they're doing it is the worst part. The Giants are supposed to be this classy organization. Oh, it's the Giants. Oh, Big Blue. Oh, the Maras, the Tishes. Oh, football royalty. Oh, we're so classy. Bunch of gutless punks is what they are. McAdoo, Reese, Mara, all of them. The Giant organization, that administration is a bunch of classless, gutless punks. And the Jets run like complete crap before you start jamming that down my throat because I'm a Jet fan. Yeah, the Jets aren't run well, but God damn it. You're supposed to be you're supposed to be the Yankees of the NFL. This royalty. And you treat a guy like this? Come on. You got to be kidding me. And we will get to Eli and Luck in terms of his Super Bowl runs, and is he a Hall of Famer? Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? We'll get into that another time. The main thing here is that you're going to sit this guy and say with a straight face that Geno Smith can do a better job. But there's no offensive weapons. So if Eli couldn't do anything with no offensive weapons, what the hell is Geno Smith going to do? It makes no sense to me. And if I had McAdoo on the phone right now, or Reese or Mara, I would go, okay, so we're going to pin the 2-9 season on Eli. First of all, that's bullshit. He has no offensive weapons. So essentially what you're telling me is you feel more comfortable with Geno Smith at quarterback than Eli Manning. And that's just fucking dumb. That's just dumb. I mean, any NFL team can go up, down, and find themselves at 2-9. It happens. The Giants were expected to contend for a Super Bowl. I picked them to win 12 games. They won 2. It happens. Stuff doesn't work out. But the thing Ben McAdoo isn't grasping here, folks, is that he carries himself like a douchebag who has won 6 Super Bowls himself. He's so terrible in terms of public image. His public persona is as bad as it could possibly be. He just comes across as a douchebag. And I think a lot of Giant fans will agree with me. Geno Smith. Come on. I mean, listen, I could see if you went to Eli and you said, Eli, listen, we got the kid Webb, rookie, young kid. We're going to sit down 2-9. We're out of playoff contention, and we'll play the kid. I don't think Eli would have had a problem with that. And I don't think a lot of Giant fans would have had a problem with it either. But when you're going to bench the guy for Geno freaking Smith, that's going to bother some people. That's going to ruffle some feathers. And that's what the Giant fans that are defending this move and think it's good, and they're like, well, why is everyone upset? That's what they're not grasping. I see Sid Rosenberg all over Facebook, and I said weeks ago that they should bench Eli. The season's lost, and Sid has a great point. Sid and people like Sid have a great point. You're 2-9. You're going nowhere. But play Webb. Play the young kid. Don't play Geno Smith. So what you're telling us, essentially, what you're kind of telling us is that Eli won't be here in 2018. And Giant fans have to look forward to Geno Smith as their starting quarterback in 2018. A guy that couldn't win with the Jets. A guy that can't win. A guy that falls asleep in movie theaters and misses a freaking team meeting. And gets his teammates so enraged that they punch him in the mouth. And they win 10 games without him. The Jets aren't winning 10 games that year if Geno Smith's not the quarterback. I know they didn't make the playoffs, but they're not even coming close. They don't go into that Buffalo game 10-5 with Geno at the helm. More like 6-7 wins. Maybe. At best, 6 or 7 wins. And Geno Smith was not popular in the Jet locker room. You're telling me that Geno's popular in the Giant locker room? If Geno's popular in the Giant locker room and these players have no problem with it, then guess what? These players They have a lot to learn. They have a lot to learn. And the Giant organization is headed down a bad, bad path. McAdoo has to go. Reese has to go. And if they don't, it's a problem. And you can't be satisfied with one or the other. Both have to go. You can't keep Reese and fire McAdoo. You can't fire McAdoo and keep Reese. They both have to go. And we could start with getting